Welcome to ABX Reviews. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a truly explosive episode of Inimba, where corporate promotions reveal deep-seated family secrets and set the stage for major drama. The fallout from Zoleka's rise to CEO is felt in every corner, from the boardroom to the living room, making for an absolutely gripping watch. 10 detailed scene summaries. Scene 1, the CEO announcement. The episode kicks off with the official announcement that Zoleka Bikica is the new CEO of Kuzula Tech. The scene is filled with celebration for some, but it's the starting pistol for the episode's central conflict. Scene analysis. This is the inciting incident for the entire episode. It's a public declaration that immediately establishes power dynamics and sets every other plot point in motion. The celebration is undercut by the knowledge of impending confrontations. Character motivation. The company's leadership is motivated by a belief in Zoleka's capabilities. Zoleka is motivated by ambition and a desire to seize a major career opportunity. What happens next? Based on this, we can expect Sydney to launch a covert campaign against Zoleka, while Zoleka will have to constantly watch her back, making her new role incredibly stressful from day one. Scene 2, Sydney's confrontation. A furious Sydney confronts Zoleka immediately after the announcement. He feels betrayed and humiliated, calling Zoleka a snake and a traitor for taking what he believed was his position. Betrayal. Sydney feels a deep sense of professional betrayal. He believes Zoleka went behind his back to secure the CEO role, making their previous working relationship feel like a lie. Jealousy. This scene is dripping with jealousy. Sydney's anger stems from seeing someone else, especially Zoleka, claim the title and recognition he wanted for himself. My reaction to the scene. This is a classic, high-stakes confrontation. The raw emotion from Sydney makes you wonder exactly what happened behind the scenes to make him feel so personally wronged. Scene 3, the family intervention. Zoleka's mother, along with other family members, arrives at her home. They unleash a torrent of accusations, stating that Zoleka stole her sister's husband and has cut them off from their grandson, Kor. They order her to leave. Deeper issues. This scene explores deep family betrayal and moral judgment. The accusations go far beyond a typical argument, touching on core family trust and past relationship conflicts. Character analysis. Zoleka's mother is portrayed as deeply wounded and righteous in her anger. Zoleka, for her part, is mostly silent, suggesting a complex guilt or an unwillingness to engage in this particular battle. How characters impact the story. This reveals that Zoleka's past actions have severe consequences that are now colliding with her professional success, adding a heavy personal layer to the corporate drama. Scene 4, Mthiane's cunning plan. Sydney vents to his father, Mthiane, about wanting to quit and start a rival company. Mthiane, however, advises calm and devises a strategic plan for Sydney to stay on as Zoleka's PA to act as a spy. Lessons learned. Mthiane teaches a lesson in strategic patience. Instead of a reckless, emotional reaction, he advocates for a smarter, long-game approach to defeat a rival. Character motivation. Mthiane is motivated by a desire for control and revenge. He wants to protect his family's influence within the company and is willing to use covert methods to do so. Is the story strong? This twist makes the story much stronger. It moves the conflict from a simple shouting match to a sophisticated, behind-the-scenes war, raising the stakes significantly. Scene 5, Kor's interview. Kor arrives for his internship interview at Kuzula Tech. He is interviewed by a panel including Zoleka. He speaks passionately about his love for technology, which began with a book his father later took away. Character development. We see Kor as an eager, talented young man trying to start his career. His mention of the book being taken away hints at a controlling element in his home life. Deeper issues. This subtly explores themes of parental control and the pursuit of one's own passion against a family's wishes. What happens next? Zoleka's clear interest in Kor suggests she will become a mentor figure, which will likely create even more tension with her family, who she has kept him from. Scene 6, Zoleka fast-tracks Kor. After the interview, Zoleka immediately instructs HR to hire Kor, despite the official internship intake being months away. She uses her new authority to make it happen. Character motivation. Zoleka's motivation here is unclear but deeply personal. It could be guilt, a desire to make amends, or a genuine belief in his talent, but her actions are definitely not standard procedure. Greed. This isn't greed for money, but a greed for control and influence. Zoleka is using her power to shape a situation to her liking, bypassing the normal rules. My reaction to the scene, this moment is very revealing. It shows that Zoleka is not afraid to use her power for personal reasons, which could become a major vulnerability for her later on. Scene 7, a tense family dinner. At home, Ko shares his exciting news about the internship with his family, Hlathi and the others. The atmosphere is celebratory, but there's an underlying tension as they discuss the source of the opportunity. Scene analysis. This scene creates dramatic irony. We know Zoleka is the CEO who hired him, but his family does not. The celebration is genuine, but the audience feels the impending shock when the truth comes out. How characters impact the story. Ko's innocence and joy are a stark contrast to the complicated web of secrets surrounding him. His success is destined to become a point of major conflict. Is the story predictable? The fact that this secret can't last makes it a predictable but effective time bomb. You know it's going to explode, and you're just waiting for it to happen. Scene 8, Sydney's reluctant agreement. Sydney, though initially refusing, ultimately agrees to his father Mthiane's plan to stay as Zoleka's PA and gather information to use against her. Betrayal. This formalizes a planned, future betrayal. Sydney is now entering into an agreement to systematically undermine his new boss from within her own team. Character motivation. Sydney is motivated by a combination of filial duty and his own thirst for revenge. He is setting aside his pride for a chance at a greater victory later. What happens next? This sets up a classic spy in the house narrative. We will be watching every interaction between Sydney and Zoleka, looking for clues and waiting for him to find a damaging piece of information. Scene 9, Zoleka and Ko's private chat. Zoleka finds Ko after his interview. She asks him how he knows his dad and requests that he keep her involvement in his hiring a secret for now. Deeper issues. This scene is all about hidden connections and secrets. It confirms that Zoleka and Ko's father have a history, and Zoleka is actively managing the flow of information to control the situation. Character analysis. Zoleka shows a more manipulative side here. She is using the promise of the internship to secure Ko's silence, showing she can be tactical in her personal dealings. How characters impact the story. This secret pact directly fuels the central mystery of the series. What is the true history between Zoleka, Ko's father, and the rest of the family? Scene 10, the plotting father and son. Mthiane assures Sydney that by staying close to Zoleka, they will inevitably find something to use against her. He is confident their plan will succeed. Scene analysis. This scene serves as the episode's conclusion, solidifying the main conflict for the future. The battle lines are drawn, and the strategy is set. Greed. This is a greed for power. Mthiane isn't just angry, he wants to reclaim the influence he feels his family has lost with Zoleka's appointment. What happens next? The stage is perfectly set for a tense cat-and-mouse game. The next episodes will undoubtedly focus on Sydney's espionage and Zoleka's attempts to navigate the traps being set for her.